Habits of millionaires. So, in this presentation, we would be looking at what are the good habits that millionaires have. When I say millionaires, what I mean is successful people. Money is not the only criteria through which you can be successful. All the people who have won big awards, they have got government accreditation for something big that they have achieved in life, they have represented the country in sports. All of them follow certain habits which makes them that successful, which makes them get that recognition. Today, we will see some of those habits, and the idea is to see what they do differently. And why is it important to know it? Why should we know what millionaire habits are? First is, all of us always keep dreaming and thinking and visualizing that we should have lots and lots of money, we should have a lot of power, but we don't understand the kind of effort that is required to first reach there and secondly to maintain it. And this will give you a good idea as to what these guys do to be at that level, to sustain it, whether it's a cricketer, whether it's a celebrity in terms of entertainment industry, whether it's a politician. It's not an easy job to be successful. So you will get a reality check. You may be thinking that you're working really hard, you are doing things differently, but by seeing this presentation you may get to know certain things which you still are not doing. And then you can obviously adopt some of those habits so that you can also reach there. And also, you will know how a millionaire thinks, what their mindset is, what is running in their mind because of which they are able to execute such big things while we are stuck with issues in some small project that we are trying to accomplish, whether it's opening a boutique store, whether it's a website that we are trying to make it popular. We are stuck, and we get stuck with small issues here and there, while they are able to create multi-story apartments in the top city in the country. Why are they able to do such big things? What is that runs in their mind because of which they are able to conquer all their fears and they are able to become successful? First habit, early riser. Most of them actually have the habit of getting early. I'm not saying there are no exceptions. There are obviously exceptions. But in general, I am seeing a lot of them actually use the early morning hours very effectively. Why? Because it gives them the time for morning rituals. Now, what is morning ritual? We will see it. In the coming slide, we will see what morning rituals are. But a successful person always has a set of things that he or she does early in the morning when all of us are at our peak sleep. When you get up early, it also means that there are less or no distraction. Kids are sleeping, wife is not there to nag you, husband is not there to ask you to do certain things. There are no phone calls, there are no messages, nobody is WhatsApping you. So there is minimal distraction because of which that time is very vital. Generally, if you see, the first thing that you start in the morning, I'm talking about work wise, not the routine things like going for workout and stuff. The first thing that you do in your stream of work, whether it's acting, whether it's writing, whether it's IT, that work gets done with supreme quality because you're just using your freshest energy to do that work. That's why the first thing that you start from a work perspective is very important, what you pick or choose to start your work with. So morning ritual. Now, what can be a morning ritual? So for each its own. For you it can be yoga. Some actually find a lot of peace and solace in yoga. Some actually do very interesting thing, which is to prepare a to-do list. So first thing in the morning, what they do is they prepare a to-do list of what all they need to accomplish today. So that's one of their morning ritual. Some start with positive affirmations. I'm a strong believer of affirmations. Out of all the successful people that I've heard, two things are common. One, they always give credit to destiny. They say they did not do anything special. What they did, many others were doing in terms of hard work, but luck was on their side, because of which they could reach this level. So that is one thing I've seen common in most of the millionaires. Secondly, affirmations. Lot of them, knowingly or unknowingly, always kept saying, I am the best. I am made for something big. They had some affirmations that they were telling their mind always. So I'm a big believer of affirmations. If you want to be successful, if you want to be rich, then you cannot skip the affirmations part. You cannot skip to-do list part. Completely important. So some of them has, they believe in a morning ritual which is religious, let's say, of chanting certain mantras or chanting certain switch words. That could be also one of the morning ritual. Some start with morning prayers. Some visualize, how the day is going to be, how they want the day to be. They visualize it, and by visualizing it, they are actually turning it into reality. Gratitude. Some of them start the day by saying, I'm very thankful that I got this position in this organization while there were hundreds of people who wanted the same position and I was chosen. I thank God for giving me healthy kids. While there are a lot of kids who have, issues in today's world, I was bestowed with a very healthy child. I'm thankful for that. So this is also a very important morning ritual. I'm not saying meditation. So I'm not saying you have to do all of them, but this is a good list of morning rituals from which you should pick. I would be surprised if you are not doing any one of them also. So I am expecting that you would be already doing at least one, and you can add more to it. What's the next habit? Identify MIT daily. What's MIT? So MIT is most important task. It's a great technique. Whatever work you do, every day in the morning, you need to be clear, what is my most important task for the day? What is my MIT for the day? Let's say you are an actor. So you can say, my most important task today is to get my portfolio done. If you're an IT person and you are into regular IT work, maybe your most important task for the day is to accomplish a certain work which has been pending for long. So you need to, irrespective of the profession you are in, every day you need to identify one task or one action which is most important for the day. Why is it important? It's important because that is the task which you will pick up first thing in the morning as soon as you start your work. And the reason I gave before, you are at your peak energy and your mind is fresh. First 2 to 3 hours is the time when the best work happens for any human being. So you should focus that, channelize that energy of the first 2 to 3 hours in completing your MIT. That is why it's important to identify your MIT, and that's what these millionaires are good at. They keep all their important tasks, all their MITs for the first 2 hours. Now, most of them have scheduled time for checking emails. They don't keep randomly checking their emails every now and then. They have scheduled time, and that is when they check their email. Email email checking is a way adrenaline hit. So we like to keep checking how important we are. When new email comes, we have that excitement. Okay, fine. A lot of people actually want me. That's why you keep checking emails. And it's a total waste of time to every now and then check your email. You should have, you should, let's say you're a very busy person in office and you get a lot of emails. Still, you should design a schedule in which you check your emails every 1.5 hour, let's say. If you don't get that many emails, so pick a time in the afternoon, pick a time in the evening. That's when you should check your emails. Similarly, all the rich and successful people don't keep randomly checking their Instagram and YouTube. They schedule the time for that as well. They have specific slots wherein they'll take their phone and they will entertain themselves with something that is happening on the internet. They have scheduled time for checking YouTube. Plan and then act on plan. This by far is the most important habit a millionaire has, which is Nothing happens without plan. Now, where should the planning start? What should be the horizon of the planning? You should minimum have a 3 year plan as to where you want to be, what you want to achieve. If you are at a very front end level as well, you should be doing this, which is 3 years down the lane. I am working for Infosys. I am program manager. I am earning this much salary. I have two cars. I have already bought a flat. Blah, 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 blah. If you are a photographer, I am working for the top ad agency in next 3 years. I am working with this famous ad photographer as a mentee, and I'm earning this much. That's the most important thing. You should have a 3 year goal, clearly defined, in minimum words. That's very important. And then, based on that 3 year goal, every year you should have a sub goal. If this is my 3 year goal, what is that I should achieve in 2025 to meet that 3 year goal? And following that, every day, like I said in previous slide, every day in the morning you should figure out what I should be doing today for that 1 year goal. And then evening you should have a retrospect wherein you check. Invariably, if you make to-do list, there is a high chance 95% of the people would not be able to follow that to-do list for more than 3 days. First 3 days, everything would be tick, 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 tick. By fourth day, you'll have half of the things you're not doing. By fifth day, you're doing 90% of things you're not doing. Sixth day, you did not even make the to-do list. Don't allow that to happen. Irrespective of whether you're meeting it or not, every day make the to-do list. It is like showing up. It is like, even though you don't work out, you just visit the gym and just sit there. That is called showing up. Same way, just make the to-do list. If yesterday's things are still pending, pull them, spill them over to the next day's to-do list. And every day in the evening, you question yourself or ask yourself the things from the to-do list that I finished today. Why did I finish it? How did I finish it? And the things that I finished today, what is that next step is there on that, which can come in tomorrow's to-do list. Same way, the actions that you could not complete, you should ask yourself why you could not complete that. And based on that, make some minor modifications to tomorrow's to do list. So, planning is very important. Now, this is extremely, I mean, every slide, every habit in this presentation is, if you implement even one of these habits, no, you can become highly successful. Those who are successful don't think small. Right at this moment, if you are thinking, when will I become senior manager, they are thinking, how can I become senior vice president? I don't want to wait for 5 years to become senior vice president. How do I become senior vice president? And those are the people who do a quick, I am Ahmedabad MBA, and then the next job they land into is a senior vice president role. When you're thinking how to move from 20 lakh salary to 30 lakh salary annually, they are thinking, how can I jump from 20 lakh directly to 1 crore? And those are the people who then desperately look for options, opportunities abroad. And then they start earning an annual salary of 1 crore when it's converted into Indian rupees. How can I drive a Mercedes now? When you are thinking to upgrade to a, let's say, you know, a higher end car, which is maybe, any of the models that you have currently, the big 20 lakh, 25 lakh, Mahindra, Scorpio, or whatever that is. They are thinking, how can I drive Mercedes? Is there a good plan that I have? Is there a way I can afford a Mercedes now? Can I take it on companies? What are the methods? What are the avenues? So they always think big. So whatever your vision is, just spend a lot of time thinking whether whatever I have put as my 3 year goal, is it big enough? Am I thinking big enough? And the actions I take for that, are they big enough? Am I thinking like a millionaire? That's very important. This, most of us are very bad at this, which is when we achieve something small, we don't celebrate it. You should always celebrate Let's say you get a pat on the back, your boss appreciates you. That day, you should have some small gift, some small sweet that you should get home and tell everybody that this is why the sweet has come home. You have a small cricket match which was organized in your community, and you played really well. You should gift yourself something. You should indulge in something that you love. And big victories, definitely it has to be celebrated. You have to have a big gathering. Don't maybe call your friends to a club and throw them a small party. So those kind of things you need to. Celebrating victory, what it does is it gives you the motivation. You actually are telling yourself you have done a great job, and the mind subconsciously understands that now it has to work doubly hard to meet the, it has the motivation to work hard again. So it's very important to celebrate. Now most of them have a good method through which they actually keep learning. So either they are very good at reading. So you know every day they will have a target that I'll finish one chapter or two pages of a book that they're reading. Most of them are avid readers, so they keep reading so that they keep enhancing their knowledge. So when they take business decisions or when they take business decisions in your job, they are well informed because they have so much of knowledge coming from these books. When I say millionaire, don't think only about business. There are salaried employees who are millionaires. They all follow these rules. Secondly, they are very good at networking and socializing. Even if they like it, if they don't like it, they fake it. But they do meet people quite regularly. And they always try to be with people who are slightly better than them, so that they, even just a 10-minute interaction, they learn something from them. While most of us, what we do is we try to be with people who are slightly below us in terms of skill, so that we feel good. That is a temporary feeling. It is not adding any value to you. They also attend a lot of workshops. They plan their workshops, they plan their upskilling in a very, very systematic way. They also listen to internet based methods to enhance their knowledge. Nowadays, you can get a summary of a book in an app, best selling books. You can listen to podcast and it is worth reading 10, 15 different books. So they actually plan and schedule time for all of this. This ensures that they are always ahead of others in terms of knowledge curve. Consistency is also important because uh, you know being rich and being successful is mostly about doing the same thing repeatedly again and again. If you're a YouTuber, it's about every Tuesday and Thursday uploading that video with same amount of effort that is being put. If it is about a very, very successful corporate senior vice president, it's about attending morning till evening same set of calls and discussing same issues with different people. So consistently being at your optimum level of energy so that you can add value to those different activities is also very important. Vision board. There is a new video that I had uploaded few days back about how important vision board is. Now, vision board in a nutshell, you should always go back to that video and check it out. It's a very detailed video, but it's important that you have this vision board pasted on your office wall or at least on your bedroom wall. It's actually dividing all of that you want to achieve into six quadrants, which includes health, relationship, career, money, personal, family, all these six areas. And it's asking you to put what you want to achieve in all these areas. And then appropriately collect relevant pictures and put it so that it becomes visually very interesting for you. And then every day they look at this vision board for 10 minutes. So what happens is when they are looking at that vision board for 10 minutes, it is actually feeding their subconscious mind. And then next day when they are socializing, the subconscious mind keeps prompting them, okay, you need to make this call so that you can achieve that vision. So it happens automatically and subconsciously. That's why the vision board is very important. So these are some of the habits that I wanted to quickly, take you all through. And I'm sure there are many more interesting habits that they have, which we would discuss in part two. If you like this video, you should definitely subscribe and forward this video to all your WhatsApp groups if you think it added any value. And please, please, please follow at least one or two of these habits and leave a comment if you do so. Thank you.